观众朋友们，下午好！10月26号下午的5点24分，欢迎您准时回到我们正在直播的《活在5点》。到了今天的嘉宾访问环节，今天为大家请到的嘉宾呢是烈治文山区的自由党省议员 Mr. Rizamoridi 莫伟力先生。Welcome to our show, Mr. Mo. That's your Chinese name, right?
That's right. Yes.
Who gave this Chinese name to you?
Well, I've been honored 3 years ago by Minister Michael Chan, who gave me this Chinese name, Mo偉力. So I'm very much proud of my name, and I want just to say ni hao to your viewers, and it's a great pleasure to be here, Cindy, at your show.
Well, in Richmond Hill, you're writing. Having a Chinese name is really important.
It is indeed, it is, and I'm very proud and honored to have a Chinese name. Yes.
Congratulations for being re-elected as an
MP. Thank you very much, Cindy. Yes, that was another honor that the residents of Richmond Hill for the second time they elected me to represent them at the Ontario Legislature.
And good result for yourself, but it's not very good for Liberals.
Well, for myself it was very good because the percentage of vote I got this time, Cindy, was almost the same percentage of vote as I did in 2007, meaning just over 47% of the total votes came to me, and the remaining almost half, or 53% of votes, went to the other 4 candidates altogether.
Great.
So it was good. It was a very decisive win, and I won with the margin of over 4,000 votes from the second candidate. So it was good for me. Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was very exciting.
But it's not very good for Liberals. It's only minority.
Well, we are a major minority, as the Premier says.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are short of one seat. But we did well. I mean, relatively speaking, we are now we have 53 seats, more than the other parties, and we lost some seats, of course, but we are okay.
It's still going to be a lot of challenges in the upcoming legislative session. Do you think so?
Of course. I mean, having a minority government is always a challenge. When you're a majority, you can basically pass every bill you bring to the parliament.
Yeah.
So things are much easier, indeed. But when you're a minority, then that's not the case. So you have to basically work very closely with other parties in order to make sure that the bills will pass the legislature. So, yeah, there will be some challenges, but I'm sure we will overcome those challenges.
Yesterday, there was a news came out. MPP Frank Lees, representing the Progressive Conservative, he's running for a speaker. So that makes Liberal in a better position.
Well, I don't know about that, but yes, I heard at the news that MPP Frank Lees will be running for the Speaker of the House, and Frank Lees, as we all know, he's a veteran politician, and so he's well qualified for that position. So we'll see what happens when it comes to voting.
Besides the cooperation with the other parties, what do you think is the biggest challenge for Liberals in the upcoming legislative session?
I think, Cindy, the major challenge for our government in this legislature is, the first one is economy. Though we have done lots of work in terms of improving economy in the past 4 years, particularly since when the global recession hit Canada, Ontario in 2008, and we came out of the recession much stronger than we went into recession, and that was mainly due to the right economic policies of the McGuinty government in terms of reforming our taxation system, elimination of capital tax, elimination of hidden tax, and harmonization of both sales taxes, GST and HST. So all these reformation which we made in our taxation system helped quite a lot our economy to come very stronger out of this global recession. The other element was the huge amount of investments in infrastructure. We invested hugely in infrastructure, and that created jobs and also helped the economy to move on during the recession time. And indeed, lower interest rate by Bank of Canada also helped quite a lot. So we came out of the recession much stronger than we went into recession in terms of economy, but still there are lots of room for improvements. And also when you look at the global economy in the Western world, we see today, even the European countries, the Eurozone, they are struggling, and the United States also have their own economic problems. So still we are not 100% immune from what happens in other countries, but as far as we are concerned in Ontario, we are doing well. But in the meantime, as I said, we have to watch and see what's happening in other parts of the world, because economy doesn't understand borders. Whatever happens in other countries affects us as well.
Right. So economy is the first priority for the whole province.
It is, absolutely, Cindy. Yes.
Then what is this for your riding, Richmond Hill, where Chinese community, they make up a lot of the population?
That is true. My riding is blessed with large population of Chinese community there. So, well, for Richmond Hill as well, I mean, when the economy of the province of Ontario improves, of course, that's going to be beneficial to Richmond Hill as well. But generally speaking, the challenges for Richmond Hill in the future, Cindy, will be we have to make sure that extension of GO train, which we just announced before the election, I think a few months before election, Minister Kathleen Wynne, at that time she was the Minister of Transportation. With myself, we announced extension of GO train from Major Mackenzie to Stouffville Road. This is a project of about, I think, $100 million. So we have to make sure that that project realizes within the set time, which is 2 years. So this is one of the major projects. And the other one, in terms of transit, is the widening of Highway 7, which we are working on it as we speak now, and widening of Yonge Street from Major Mackenzie down to Highway 7, which will start next year. And these two major transit projects, we have to make sure that they happen. And once they are done, then we will have 2 dedicated lanes for Viva buses running on Highway 7 and on Yonge Street, moving people, passengers very fast, very quickly from destination A to destination B.
Okay, and talking about traffic, Viva bus drivers, they're on strike, and it really affects the Richmond Hill. So
they do, yes, they do. So we hope that the negotiation between the unions and also employees will go on, to an amicable solution in the near future, maybe in a couple of days or even tomorrow or today, I hope, so that people can use these services. It is essential, as you rightly indicated.
Yeah, and besides those traffic improvement for your riding Richmond Hill, what else do you want to do in the future for your riding's people?
Yeah, the other thing, Cindy, which is very important, particularly for young families. In the previous legislation, Parliament, we brought a legislation where we brought kindergarten education to be free, similar to elementary education and secondary education for all children. So we implemented this legislation, but there are certain phases. In Richmond Hill, for example, now there are, I think, 5 schools, they offer kindergarten, full-day kindergarten, or publicly funded full-day kindergarten education. So by the year 2014, all schools in Ontario are supposed to offer publicly funded free full-day kindergarten for every child. So we have to make sure that this project basically realizes, and by the end of 2014, every kid in Ontario, including Richmond Hill, will go to kindergarten free, no charge for parents.
Yeah, education is especially very, very important issue for Chinese community, especially Chinese parents.
Yes, it is. Education is very important, Sydney, and education is very close to my heart, because you may know that I'm a former university professor and a former academic, along with other things I've done in my life, but for many years I taught, and education is very, very key. And I think, education is the major element in the success of a nation. So the highly educated people are going to produce very high quality, high technology stuff, which you can sell it to high values, and your economy grows.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for coming, and good luck for the upcoming legislative session.
Thank you very much, Cindy, and thank you for inviting me to your show.
Thank you. 现在是下午的5点34分了，我们今天不得不跟这个莫先生说一个再会了。我们今天先采访到这里，先暂时告一段落，稍事休息，广告回来我们精彩继续。谢谢。